If you love coffee and you love chocolate, then you're gonna love this sweet recipe. Caffeinated brownies or cocoa coffee brownies are so good, so chewy, so delicious, and I think you're gonna love it. So I got everything I need here on my cutting board, so let's get started. Okay, so to make our coffee cocoa brownies or our caffeinated brownies, it starts out really simple. It just starts out with half a cup of oil, and I'm just using a very basic oil like vegetable oil, canola oil, sunflower oil, a neutral oil like that. And then I have half a cup of white sugar and half a cup of brown sugar. And the brown sugar is actually my recipe, so if you haven't seen that recipe on how to make your own brown sugar, definitely check it out. It is definitely a time saver and a lifesaver, baking saver. So now I'm just gonna whisk it all together. Okay, so now that the oil and the sugars are incorporated, I'm gonna take one egg and I'm gonna crack it right in to my sugar and oil, just like that. There we go. And then I'm gonna add a little bit of vanilla extract. I love using vanilla extract in baking because it just adds such a nice flavor. And plus, my mom always did when I was a kid, so it's just one of those like learned habits, but it tastes really good. So, just gonna whisk it again until it comes together nicely. And you could also totally use a hand mixer, but I'm going old-fashioned with my whisk here. And you'll see that immediately the texture starts to change. It really starts to thicken up the egg, really thickens up the mixture. Okay, that looks great. So now I'm going to add my flour and my cocoa powder. And to do that, I'm actually going to take a sifter. So you can either use something like this, or you can use the sifter that are kind of automated, or the ones where you crank. I love the old-fashioned ones, but this one works well too. And I'm going to take about half of the flour and half of the cocoa powder and just sift it right in. So this ensures that we don't get any clumps of flour or cocoa powder in our brownies. So I'm just going to use the spatula here to help me out a little bit, just like that. Very good. And now I'm going to whisk this together. Now it's really starting to thicken up nicely. So good. I love to make brownies because it's such a quick recipe. I know that if ever we have to make a dessert on the fly, brownies is always my go-to because I most likely have all the ingredients and it's super quick and easy. So, great. All right. So now I'm going to add the rest of the flour. It's right to my sifter. Sift it right in. And then the rest of my cocoa powder. So I'm using an equal ratio of flour to cocoa powder, and I'm just working with all-purpose flour here. So just give the cocoa a little bit of sift. I got some chunks of my cocoa powder here. But that's the best thing about the sifter is it really helps to eliminate some of those chunks. And there we have it. All right, so I'm gonna give it another good whisk. Oh man, and they're nice and thick at this point. It really looks so good. Oh, so excited, and it smells amazing. The cocoa powder, so good. Okay, so now I'm going to take my espresso. So I have a double shot of espresso here, and I'm just gonna pour it right in. And that is what the caffeinated part is. So I love the flavor of coffee with chocolate, and even better, espresso with chocolate, especially when I'm baking, but also, of course, to have a nice cup of joe and eating something chocolatey is a perfect combo. So when baking, the coffee actually accentuates the flavor of the chocolate. So even if it sounds kind of crazy at first, it's actually really, really good. So, all right. And then it gets the batter to be the perfect consistency. So as you can see, it's not too thick, but it's also not too thin. Perfect. So good. So now I have a small greased baking pan that agrees with a little bit of butter, and I have my oven preheating on 375 degrees Fahrenheit. So I'm just going to take my spatula and just pour the batter right in, just like that. And the best part is now would also be the time to add mix-ins. So if you're a chocolate chip fan or you like nuts in your brownies, then now is the time also to add them before you pour it in. Or hey, if you forget last minute, I totally just dropped them in and created a little brownie swirl. So there we go, just like that. And I'm going to just smooth it with my spatula a little bit just to even it out. Just like that. They're going to be so good. Now what I do is I just shake the pan a little bit to make sure it's even, and then just pound it one time, get out the air bubbles. And now I will pop these brownies in the oven. They're going to bake up for maybe about 20-25 minutes, and then we will have our delicious cocoa coffee brownies, or aka caffeinated brownies. So good. Alright, stay tuned, I'm energized. Okay, so my brownies have been baking and it smells amazing. I mean, the smell of brownies in your home, oh my gosh, so good. So let's take them out of the oven. So good. I can just hear it bubbling still. So good. Perfect in texture, not too overdone, but still chewy and moist. So good. I can't wait to try these with a little bit of vanilla ice cream. So good. Thank you so much for checking out this video on how to make cocoa coffee or caffeinated brownies. I am sure that they will give you a burst of energy for your next coffee break and definitely something delicious to share with your friends and family. So until next time, enjoy and happy eating. See ya!